This is a tale of two best friends, 10 years ago. You couldn't tell them apart. Today, one is a thriving entrepreneur, and the other is struggling just to get by. So what made the difference? It wasn't talent, it wasn't connections, and it definitely wasn't some lucky break. It was a tiny choice, made every single day, after work. One decided to read a book, while the other reached for the remote. Let me introduce you to Maya and Liam. They grew up on the same street, went to the same schools, and dreamed the same big dreams. They were inseparable. In their early 20s, they landed their first real jobs. Same entry-level pay, same wide-eyed ambition. To anyone watching, their futures looked identical. But as they settled into their adult lives, a tiny, almost invisible fork in the road appeared, and every evening, right around 7 p.m., they each made a choice. Liam's choice was the remote control. After a long, draining day, he'd sink into the couch and just zone out. The noise of sitcoms, reality shows, late-night TV, it was his escape. It felt good. It felt easy. His brain switched off. Maya's choice was a book. After that same long day, she'd curl up in her favorite chair and open a book. Some nights, it was a biography of someone she admired. Others, it was a book about business, communication, or finance. And sometimes, it was just a novel that stretched her imagination. It wasn't always easy. Her brain was tired too. But for 1 hour, she chose to learn instead of just unwind. On any single day, the difference was basically zero. 1 hour of TV versus 1 hour of reading. It seems totally insignificant, right? But that 1 hour was a seed, and years started to pass. After year one, Liam was an expert on TV show trivia. Maya, she was becoming an expert on the habits of successful people. By year 3, Liam was in the exact same job, doing the same work, feeling a little bored and stuck. Meanwhile, Maya used a negotiation tactic she had read about to get a promotion and a raise. By year 5, Liam could tell you the entire plot of every hit streaming series. Maya, fired up by the stories of entrepreneurs she'd read, used her evenings to launch a small online business. It was just a side project, but it was growing. While Liam was watching fictional characters live out their dramas, Maya was busy writing her own real-life story. The gap between them started slowly, and then it happened all at once. It wasn't a single event. It was the compound effect of their daily choices. Maya's small, consistent efforts were like compound interest for her mind, and her world kept expanding. Liam's nightly habit of passive consumption, it left him stagnant, like he was standing still. 10 years after starting their careers, they met for coffee. Liam spent most of the time complaining about his job, his boss, his feeling that life was just stuck on a loop. He felt like a spectator in his own life. Finally, he looked at Maya and asked, "How did you do all this? Your life just seems so successful, so intentional. When did you get so lucky?" Maya just smiled and said, "It wasn't luck, Liam. It was that 1 hour after work, every day, for 10 years. He was confused. "What are you talking about?" "The hour I was watching TV. "Exactly," she replied. "While you were watching TV, I was reading. It's as simple and as difficult as that. You chose to be entertained, I chose to be educated. Small choices, when you make them consistently, lead to completely different lives. Here's the secret. Success isn't about one big heroic moment. It's the product of thousands of tiny, seemingly invisible choices, repeated over time. That's the compound effect in action. Small, smart choices, plus consistency, plus time, equals a radical difference. Maya didn't become successful overnight. She built her success, one page at a time. Each book was a stepping stone, and every chapter was a lesson. Over a decade, that 1 hour a day added up to thousands of hours of focused growth. That knowledge gave her the skills and confidence to build a different future. Liam's choice? It wasn't bad on any single day, but over 10 years, it cost him his potential. The story of Maya and Liam is really a story about time. You can either spend it or you can invest it. Every single day, we all get the same 24 hours. The small choices we make in those hours will ultimately define who we become. So, the real question isn't about some grand plan for next year. It's about your next hour. What small choice will you make today that your future self will thank you for? Let me know in the comments below.